Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next topic, that is planning of a sacrifice. We will see how one can plan and how to initiate a sacrifice, how to start an attack. So this is the position here after black's last move. White sees that there is some pressure on the d4 pawn. Knight c6 intends to attack d4. This knight is ready to move to c3. When after bc there will be pin here. Seeing all this, white is not interested in any move like bd2. That is why he has played the move qc2. White sees black's plan of taking on d4 and still he goes with the move bishop d3. What has white planned here? So one would say this is not merely planning, maybe he has just calculated. Well, that we can say whenever we are giving a sacrifice and we are trying to force things. Here what white thought is, after the move knight c3 bc, there is knight d4, and after knight d4 q d4 we can see c3 is getting more pressurized, can't take b4 because a1 hangs. So white has to see precisely also, and he has to see further whether he has enough over there. So what he saw is, after the bishop and queen come to b4 and d4, there is the move bishop b5 check. And the point is that if bd7 then bd7 check and bishop would be lost. Let's see how. Black goes with the move knight c3, b takes c3, knight d4, knight takes d4 and queen d4. This used to be quite topical, and there is also one game by young Magnus Carlsen when he was around 2500 rated. I will discuss that game also in future. In that game, white couldn't get enough in the position. Here this is Nasdorf white, Miguel Nasdorf versus Fortish, and here white went with the move bb5 check. This move is absolutely necessary. Now black's castling would be broken. So white is ready to part with his pawn for breaking up black's castling. That is the strategic part. But how to generate compensation, we'll come to that. First let's see, if bd7, then bishop takes d7, and after king d7 there is qa4 check and queen takes b4. c3 would be still supported. After qd7 just c takes b4. So the queen will not be attacking the a1 rook. That is the first point. So black went ke7. White has in fact here two ways of going about it. Many players suggest the move cb4. When after queen takes a1, white castles and generates very good play against the exchange. In this game, white played the move castle, thereby giving up the second pawn on c3. White's idea is simple. He will complete the development soon. This bishop will move, rooks go to d1 and e1, and the black king will be attacked in the center. For a pawn, black is suffering a lot. His c8 and a8 are not going to come out very easily. But still, white has to play precisely. After the move bishop c3, white has very good play after bishop a3. Not very good play, it's almost winning. King f6, rook d1. Queen has to go away, keeping the bishop protected. But now we can see after the move bd6, queen takes d5, queen c3 check. Things are totally out of control for black. After kg6, there is the very simple rook d3. We can make out it's almost time to resign. There will be the move rook g3 followed by weakening on g7. The move e5 might be possible when after bishop e5 also rook g3 is still there. That position is close to losing for black, we can say. Thus black played queen c3, challenging the queen and also attacking the rook on a1. White goes queen e2. Idea is simple. Bishop wants to go to b2. Queen takes a1 is of course met by bg5 check when the queen is lost. Black goes bd6, trying to get queen e5. It will be a double attack. Multiple things attacked. Queen will be attacked. Mate on h2. There will be attack on b5 as well. So black wants to trade the queens. White goes bb2, simply stopping queen e5. Queen a5 and white goes rook f d1. Idea is simple. There is another open file. So this a rook can easily go to c1 when required. Queen is also intending to either go to G4, H5 or on this dark diagonal, whichever would be most feasible. Now there are threats related to Rook D6 already. So black goes Rook D8, Queen H5, and it's almost time to resign. Things have become very difficult. After the move King F8, maybe there is just Queen G5, threatening on G7. After F6, Bf6, Gf, Queen F6 should win the game. King G8 is forced when we can see that the rook can be lifted and transferred to the king side. That should easily win for white. After Queen F6, the A5 queen can never take B5 because D8 hangs. Black played F6 and now white goes QH7. Queen takes B5 leads to a forced mate. One should try to calculate these lines on their own and then try to match up with my analysis. Queen takes B5, then QG7 check, KE8, Bishop F6, threat is Rook D6 followed by mate on E7. So Rook D7 forced, QG8 check, BF8 forced, QG6 check. Nicely white has planned the checks in such a way the black pieces come in their own path. And now after the only move Rook F7, we see that Rook D8 checkmates. See, the A8 and C8 pieces are never coming out. Most probably after the move Queen H5 only black must have realized it's just a losing cause. There is not much hope. But he still played on. King F7 protecting G7, and now comes another strong move, Bishop E2. White is simply transferring his pieces to the king side as we generally do normally after completing development. Here it's no different. The threat is of course Bishop H5 check. Black goes Queen G5 trying to cover the G6 square, and also Queen can go to H6. G7 is guarded. Now idea is BH5 KE7. G7 wouldn't fall. White goes Bishop C1, not giving any time. It's just a lost position. Black tries BH2. King takes H2. Queen E5 check, attacking the bishop on E2. But now comes F4. Well, black just resigned because see, the D8 rook is hanging. After rook takes D1, there is Fe. After Queen E2, there is rook D8. Otherwise, there is the threat of BH5. Let's say QC7 or QF5. Then there is the move Bishop H5. So, see, King F8, Queen H8 check, KE7, Queen G7 checkmate. Although not a very complicated example, but such examples definitely improve our understanding. They give us feel of the attack and how to plan the attack, how to initiate tactics. These are the things that we can easily learn from these games. I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.